Spring is just around the corner, and I want to share with you the items that you should be sourcing and selling right now. Hey, I'm Lee Meyer, and I'm the founder of Listing of Freedom and the Empowered Reseller. And I help clothing resellers make more money without hustling harder. Let's get started. Whether you're selling out of your own closet, getting rid of your own things, or you're sourcing to sell, you're flipping items online for a profit, you need to know the seasonality. You need to know when these things sell best. I'm going to be breaking down the items to source right now because these are going to start selling really well here in the next few weeks and over the next couple of months. If you have not yet grabbed my free brands list, you're going to want to do that now. These are the brands that have helped me make over $100,000 selling used clothes on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and you'll find a link for that free brands list in the description below this video. When you're selling clothing online, you want to think about what season you're headed into, as well as what related activities are going to be coming up related to that season. As that warmer weather approaches, the obvious thing that people start wearing are shorts and tank tops, right? And so for as far as shorts that you want to be looking for, I've got a couple men's shorts as well as women's shorts. And the first men's short that I want to talk about is Jinko. This is a vintage brand from the 1990s, and the shorts are selling like crazy. This is one of the biggest sellers when it comes to jean shorts that are selling. Many of these Jinko shorts are selling for over $100. You'll also want to be on the lookout for vintage men's cargo shorts. Now, men just cannot escape loving their cargo shorts. And there are all sorts of brands selling for in the $50 to $100 range, like these Abercrombie & Fitch camouflage cargo shorts. These types of cargo shorts that are selling for this price range are very heavyweight and very thick. As far as women's shorts go, one of the best brands to sell are Mother shorts, and these are selling for around $50 to $100 depending on the style and the size. But there's also some pricing sales like these pink shorts that sold for $55, and the reason why these sold for that price is because of the style and because of the writing across the rear. Whether for pink or another brand, people are looking for this style of shorts, and they're willing to pay a premium for them. And don't overlook short alls or short overalls like these Union Bay pair that sold for $100. Another hot seller right now is swimwear. And one of the best brands, one of the biggest money brands that you can be selling as far as men's items go is Birdwell Beach Breeches. That's a tongue twister. These are selling for around that $50 price point, and you can easily identify these by this surfboard that's in a pair of shorts with those big eyes. There's another brand that you're going to want to be on the lookout for, and I may totally butcher this name, but I think you say it Vile Brequin. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but these are very bright colors, very loud prints, and these are selling for $50 to even closer to that $100 price point. For women's swimwear, one of my favorite brands to sell is Miracle Suit. And the price that you're going to get for these does vary, but it could be anywhere from $30 to $50 or even a little bit more, like this swimsuit that sold for $60. This is another category of items where you're not gonna want to forget or overlook those vintage items. This cute pinup vintage swimsuit from the 60s sold for $114, and this Budweiser swimsuit sold for $90. And then this is really gonna get you. This Jansen swimsuit sold for $300, and it did come with a cap. And these caps, if you do find them separately, you are going to want to grab them. If you come across these vintage caps, these can sell for quite a bit given what they are, like this cap that sold for $60. Also related to that fashionable swimwear is items that are also needed for the water, such as competing in triathlons or swim competitions. Because these are items that are necessary for that activity, they can sell for quite a lot. Like these Mizuno racing shorts that sold for $200, and these Speedo tri-suits that sold for $125 and $240, and these TYR jammer shorts that sold for $200. Swimming and water sports aside, you also have events coming up like weddings. You're gonna wanna look for mainstream brands like David's Bridal, and this David's Bridal dress sold for $200. You're also gonna wanna look for handmade brands, and these may be lesser known names, but they're often made with 100% silk or other premium materials. They're also often embroidered or beaded by hand, and they will say handmade on the tag. And I came across this Anna Campbell wedding dress, and this sold for around $140, $150 in just a couple of days. And yes, the bride is the star of the show, but don't forget about other people who are going to need apparel to wear, such as mother of the bride or flower girls. And check out these flower girl dresses that sold for $55, as well as one that sold for $130. In addition to weddings, a whole lot of people are going to be headed to Disneyland and Disney World. And rather than buying items in the park and spending a whole ton of money or looking like everybody else, a lot of people will go online ahead of time and purchase the items that they want to wear on their vacation. You'll want to look for items that are specifically sold inside of the Disneyland or Disney World parks, like these shirts that sold for $60 and then $134. You're also going to want to keep an eye out for vintage Disney. This is where some of the biggest money is, like this Space Mountain shirt that sold for $125. Thanks for watching, and be sure to grab my free brands list below this video and head on over to my Bolo playlist to learn the best items to be selling for big money online. See you there.